Um, I am creating this video the same day that I created my intro video, which is why I'm dressed the same, because I just made them back to back. I want to talk in this video about a tool that really helped me mentally unblock creatively. Not for the sake of creating actual finished pieces, but for the sake of self-expression. Again, this is my therapeutic art channel, so I'm here to talk about therapeutic arts and crafts. So a lot of people use sketchbooks to practice their drawing, to practice their art, to practice their craft. I love that. I have a hard time with that. Sometimes I'm able to do it, sometimes I don't have a lot of energy. I don't have a lot of time and energy to think of what I want to draw. I should make time for it. I'd like to make time for it. I don't want to stick myself to shoulds. I do want to make time for it. What I do try and make time for, and I'll be honest, I haven't done this lately, but I'm trying to get back to it. Here's what I'm going to get. Art journals. So they're a little different from art books. You know, sketchbooks, you're using it to try and develop your skill. Art journaling, very different. It can be any style you want. It can be any medium you want. It doesn't have to be good. Scrapbooking is art journaling. Paintings, drawings, anything you want to get down. I'm actually going to show you a little flip through with my first art journal that I've ever had. I do call it a finished journal because I can't fit any more in it without it busting open. There's this little piece of leftover paper. Maybe I'll fill it in, but I've kind of moved on to another journal. I got this off Etsy years and years ago. Don't know what shop anymore. I've never seen anything like this since on Etsy, even though I've tried to look for it. It is wood. I painted this part on top of it because the artist did initially paint this down here. It says Life of an Artist. And then after the fact, when I started using it as my art journal, I was like, oh, I wanted to add another little saying. So it says, art is my therapy, art is my magic. And I had to end up adding my own ribbon, lace ribbon, because it was just, it wasn't staying closed. So I'm going to go through some of the stuff that I've made to kind of give you an idea of what an art journal could, not has to, but could feel like. So we've got some of the pages are falling out. So I just kind of pop them in there. There's some of my art. There's poetry on it, or maybe a journal entry on it. So you can write and draw over your writings. This is one of my paintings. It's not my normal style. It's not what my paintings usually look like, I'll be honest. Oftentimes I just go right into it without drawing it first, because I just want to get the feelings out. Here's my feelings of envy and trappedness. Here's one at the time, was like a little self-portrait deal. It says the monster in me. Some of that. So, oh, this one's also actually like a little collage. I picked out some like magazine type things and just wrote around it. Kind of made it a little like it's a poem, I think, or a journal entry. I haven't read it in a long time, so I don't know. But at the time, I think it had to do with my eating and my body image. So I just used little cutouts and wrote around it. So that's something you can do. You can collage in your art journal. What else? You can even just journal in your art journal. Like, you just write stuff. You don't have to stick to art all the time. Oh, here's another page that fell out. It was like one of those blackout poems. I don't know where I got the page from. Some more paintings. Oh, this is like a little memorial to my pet that passed away a few years ago. That's Daisy. She's a pug. You know, you can do a lot in here. There's another thing I did is I drew on little cards first, stuck them in there. So I don't worry too much about what looks good when I'm in my my therapeutic art journal. And that's what I call this, my therapeutic art journal, or I guess I call it also my art therapy journal sometimes, just for easy reference. But when speaking to you, it's therapeutic art. So this is another thing I made. Let's see what's in here. It's supposed to be like what's inside my mind. And a lot of the time inside my mind is just very musical. A lot of song lyrics and music and stuff. I don't think it's something I ever finished in the book. I have a bigger one in a file hidden somewhere. But it's like inside my mind, and you open it up and there's whatever you feel is inside your mind. And I'll probably make that its own video at some point. I want to do videos on things you can do inside of your art journal. So if you want to follow along with these, you can definitely get yourself an art journal. Or you can just make them on pieces of paper that you have at home. That's also fine. But I don't want you to feel limited. But I also want you to feel like you have a space that you can just mind dump. And this is what this is. These art, drawings, paintings, they're my mind dumps. I'll show you a little bit of what my normal style is, so you can see the difference between trying to make art for the sake of making something that I want to maybe use. This next piece is something I'm trying to make into stickers. As opposed to therapeutic art journal. So therapeutic art journal, mind dump, just throwing stuff on the page, throwing paint on the page, whatever. So this is my sketchbook. It's relatively new, so I haven't done a whole lot except these. This is kind of what my paintings usually look like. It's not super different, but it's a little bit neater because I'm actively trying to be nicer about it, trying to be more intentional. Not that my therapeutic art isn't intentional, but it's more expressive. This is just more refined, I guess. There's not a lot in there, and that's basically the art that I wanted to show you right now. I've got other stuff that I might show in other videos. Oh, and this is my new art journal. Got it from Amazon. So far I've got this little sketch. This is me because I feel like I'm oftentimes just operating a mech suit, like my body's a mech suit. Too much in this art journal yet, just because I've been busy, I've been tired, and to be honest, that's a bigger reason to start using my therapeutic art journal more. I am off today from work, so I'll probably do some art journaling today. I would love to encourage you, if you're going to follow along with some of these projects that I'm going to show you in following videos, I'd love to encourage you to get an art journal. It doesn't have to be fancy like this. It doesn't have to be fancy like this. I just am bougie sometimes and spend money that I shouldn't be spending. It can be a sketchbook. It can just be a regular old sketchbook. It can be a notebook if you want it to be. Just get a space where you mentally think, this is my mind dump place. This is where I dump the images in my mind onto paper without feeling like it has to be good, without feeling like it has to be refined. And another thing you can do, don't feel like you can't. If you like an image in your in your therapeutic art journal, feel free to expand on that if you want to expand on it for a piece. I've done that before when there's this little drawing that I made in my art journal that I really like, and it was just a sketch, a very fast sketch. This one. And I ended up making it an entire painting, the finished product. So that's another thing. It becomes a library of your emotional expression that you can draw from. It becomes a really good tool for emotional expression, for pulling other images for your pieces, for privacy. If you want to get something that locks, that's cool. Make sure that's somewhere that no one else is gonna see it. You don't want to feel like people are gonna judge it. So if you don't want to show anyone, make sure to keep it someplace safe, someplace private, until you feel ready, if you ever want to show someone, like what I just did with you guys. And for a long time, I didn't let anyone look in there. And it was only when I felt myself personally ready. So yeah, art journals, sketchbooks, two different things in my opinion, in my mental separation. I hope that does help a little bit, and encourages you to start art journaling. And until next time, I'll bug out.